And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more I Wanna Be the Metamorphosis. And we are, well, pretty much at the end of the journey. I mean, I know that a lot of times I get wrong when I say that we are at the final boss or at the final area or whatever, but I'm pretty sure this is the final boss. So yeah, we are quite literally pretty close to the end. So we will see what happens. Though I really want to know, because here's the thing, right? You look at that silhouette in the save file, right? And I don't know if that looks like the guy silhouette, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't think that looks like the guy. So maybe we are wrong. Maybe this isn't the final boss, but it will be pretty weird if this wasn't the final boss. But we will see. We will see what happens. It will be quite a problem if this isn't the final boss, considering that I already told in my Discord that this will be a stream versus the final boss. So it will be pretty clickbaity of me if this actually ends up not being the final boss. But you know, whatever. There is something pretty funny that I'm seeing that I don't quite understand why, but I'm seeing on the seeing on the screen right now. So here's the thing, right? As many of you know, no, it's really noticeable. Actually, you don't even need to look at the screen. Seems like it's frame dropping. The game, for some strange reason, is frame dropping. Wonder what's the issue here. I mean, I'm looking at the FPS window and it's not on 50, it's on 48, sometimes on 45, and you can kind of see that happening on the screen, but it doesn't seem like it's getting fixed. Okay, let me that's pretty weird. That's the first time that happens. Okay, let me do something real quick. Let me restart the game and see if it gets fixed, because usually fun games have this kind of things where they go insane for no reason. So maybe if I actually do this, it might work, hopefully at least. I mean, maybe it's because I changed the zoom while the game was open. Maybe that was the issue. Maybe I should have changed the zoom of Windows while the game you know, it's not open, and then open it afterwards. Let's see if this fixes it, hopefully. It doesn't? I'm afraid I don't get it. What's the issue here? I don't remember this happening yesterday. Like a frame drop like this. Man. What's wrong with fun games and technical difficulties? Well, I mean, I don't think I need to answer that, but this is an issue. Maybe now the game doesn't like the zoom. Maybe I gotta go back to not having the zoom. I don't know why that will be the case, but maybe that's the case. Alright. Allow me to go back to normal zoom. Maybe that's just the issue, and it will be changed accordingly. So let me open the game again. Damn, I can't believe I'm running with these issues after literally 9 streams of playing this game. Like, that's insane. It's like it doesn't let me finish the game in peace. It's unbelievable. Let me see if... No, it's not running at full frame. Maybe that was also the case last time. But this is pretty weird. that it's not running at full frame rate. I should watch the VOD of yesterday's stream to see if that was actually the case or not. Because it's pretty weird that it's not on 50 frames per second. And in a game like I Wanna Be the Guy Fun Games, if that happens, the game gets slower. So yeah, I really don't get this. Maybe it was also like this yesterday and I never paid attention to it because I didn't give a shit. But man, well, gonna keep going. At least we know that the zoom is not the issue. No, I don't know why the zoom will be the issue in the first place anyways, but still pretty weird. But you know, it's not like it's my fault. So you know, I guess I will label this as an expected game behavior. Pretty funny because in one of the screens of this game a similar issue happened, basically with if you let one of the bosses fire for a pretty long time, like the bullets take up memory or whatever, and it starts frame dropping. Now I don't know why it will do it here. That's what doesn't really make that much sense, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, I honestly don't remember if it did this yesterday or not. My memory ain't that good for that. But I will swear that it didn't. At least not like this. It feels specifically weird here. This definitely didn't happen yesterday, so what's the problem? I'm not doing anything different. I'm trying to think, but I can't come up with any theory here. What could be the difference? What's making this frame drop like this? Yeah. Technical difficulties, huh? I mean, I'm also not even executing borderless gaming either, so I don't really know where the issue is. Well, yeah, I really can't think of anything right now. I mean, I could think of resetting the computer, but I don't think that will be a smart choice. I mean, resetting the computer. It will be pretty fun if that fixed the issue. Just reset the computer. Though it will be possible that it actually did. I mean, you never know with this kind of things. Pretty sad that it's impossible to actually stream what the current FPSs are. In any case, let me, since the zoom is clearly not the problem, let me actually use the zoom. So that way, you know, it will actually not be a complete piece of trash to look at the screen. So let me zoom again. Hopefully the stream didn't die while I did that. No, the stream is fine. Alright, nice. Weird ass game, that's what you are. God damn it. Okay. So wait, the window is there? Yeah, it is there. Nice. Well, I really think that the only thing that could quote-unquote solve this is resetting the computer, and I'm sorry, but I'm not resetting the computer. Like, fuck that. It's pretty funny because you will expect something like this happening if it was like, I don't know, if you left the game open for too long or something like that, but something that is only related to the computer is like, how? I wonder if people run into similar issues before. But then there is the nature of these issues, which is pretty unpredictable. Yeah, I mean, it's clear, like you're seeing pretty clear right now, especially in this pattern, how much frame dropping is going on, right? Yeah, like it's so noticeable. God damn it! Even if the FPSs weren't there, it will be noticeable. Should so happens that you have access to the FPS counter, so you actually know if it's happening or not. But all right, let me check something out in the meantime, because maybe there is a process that is hogging a lot of CPU or something. No, nothing out of the ordinary. Well, that's unfortunate in that case. It's unfortunate because, yeah, nothing wrong, nothing weird seems to be happening except in-game. Huh. Pretty nice. Maybe I could try something like opening in compatibility mode. I remember when I played Not Another Needle game, something like that happened. That it suddenly started frame dropping, and the solution was apparently running it on compatibility mode. I don't know why. So maybe, just maybe, the solution for this one can also be that one. Just maybe. I mean, after all, I think most of these fan games are made with Windows XP in mind. Problem is that I didn't really want to turn this stream into a troubleshooting stream, right? Damn, especially in this attack, you can see the frame drop a lot more. What a weird ass thing. It's specifically weird because of, you know, again, the fact that I play this game for 9 streams and this is the first time this happens. Well, I mean, as I said before, not my fault. So even if the fact that the frame rate is lower works on my advantage, I mean, so what? Not my fault that this happens. So, but I guess I can try the compatibility thing. I mean, after all, it's not really, you don't have to do much. Alright, let me try that. Maybe, or maybe doing F12 now, F12, sorry, F2. No, I don't think that's gonna help, fix it either. No, that's not gonna fix it either. It's like it loads the effects, and it loads them in a way that, I don't know. I mean, I will be lying if I say that I had an idea of what could be the problem, because I really don't. When it comes to, you know, video games, I really am a little bit illiterate about the way they work and all of that. Maybe I have to buy a Windows XP computer, so that way none of these games have errors like this. I mean, after all, how much could an old-ass Windows XP computer be worth anyways? Well, I mean, if it's really old, it probably is a little bit expensive just because of how old it is, when you think about it. So maybe it will be expensive to buy it. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was gonna try the compatibility mode. Okay. After this try. Wow, did I really die to that? Alright, let me try this one now. So compatibility mode is right click properties and choose compatibility, and that's it. Windows XP, there we go. I wonder if OBS is gonna capture it. I mean, it should. I think it should, right? There shouldn't be any issue, I'm assuming. I mean, I don't really know what compatibility mode does, honestly, but sometimes it does magic, it does wonders. Yeah, the OBS can capture it properly. Sorry. So... Oh, but it doesn't... Wait, what? Huh, now... Yeah! My hotkey's not being captured, though. Huh? Man, weird shit doesn't stop happening. Yeah, apparently now my... Oh, this is way worse. Jesus Christ, this is actually slow-mo. Alright, maybe compatibility mode was not a good idea. This is way worse. Damn, I don't know what's going on here, but... there is some pretty heavy fuckery going on. Jesus Christ. Damn, really didn't want to troubleshoot this right now, but I guess I will. Jesus Christ. I mean, the fact that it runs worse is rare, but the fact that it doesn't recognize my hotkey, that's the weird part. Like, why the fuck will you not recognize my hotkey? Okay, this one recognizes my hotkey at least. So this one, when I say this one, is because I'm trying the Windows 7 compatibility mode, though I don't think that's gonna change shit. And in fact, I think it does make it slower. Wow. Yeah, it's like, it's slower every time I open the game. What the fuck, dude? Is this common? Because maybe this is common. Maybe something like this happening might be common. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I haven't played enough fun games where this has been a common occurrence. Jesus, dude. So let me try without compatibility mode again, just to see what happens. Let me try at least. Because if the frame rate is still going lower and lower, then yeah, it's definitely a weirder problem. No, seems like... Okay, funnily enough, when I don't use compatibility mode, the game actually works quote-unquote fine. I mean, it's not full frame rate, but it's better frame rate than on compatibility mode. That's interesting, I don't know why. There is some some video fuckery going on. That's what I can tell you. And I really don't know why or how. But as I said, it's not my fault. What you want me to do? Really want to see if this happened yesterday, but I can bet my ass that it didn't. And again, depending on how long this fight is, I mean, yesterday I was pretty close to beating him. So, you know, unless there is something completely different at the end, something completely unexpected, then shouldn't be, you know, like, shouldn't be a problem, I think. It really is noticeable. At first I was like, nah, it's just my imagination, I should check the VODs just to check that I'm not crazy, but no, I'm definitely not crazy. Why you do this? Really wonder. You know, as much as I praise this game for how good it is, I gotta say that, Jesus, the amount of shit that I had to do to make it run properly really is something else. And now having this issue and not even knowing how to fix it, it makes it even worse. So yeah, I really think that resetting the computer will probably fix it, but at this point it's like, I'm not gonna reset my computer just for this shit, dude. It's like, no, it's not happening. I'm sorry, but not happening. Then again, can't really complain about this. It is what it is. That's why beta testers in, you know, games with an actual budget are so important, right? Obviously here something like beta testers is obviously off the charts. Like it's just impossible. But, you know, in actual games this could happen, and it probably does happen, like before the beta testing phase. You know, suddenly dropping frames for no reason. Hopefully it doesn't get to the point where it feels like you're playing underwater, because that could happen. That could definitely happen. Like the FPSs could go down to like 20 or something like that. That's possible. That's completely possible. The issue here is that, well, obviously, you know, the quote-unquote physics are a little bit fucked as well, since every jump is completely different from what you are used to, right? But it is what it is. I mean, not like I didn't play games that don't use the default engine anyways, so I don't think I'm gonna have any troubles now because of this. I mean, I do admit that it might be a little bit harder to move your character because it's not the usual length of jumps that you're obviously used to, but it is what it is. Yeah, now that I think about it, this might not be easier, this might in fact be harder. Like, beating this boss with this frame rate might in fact be harder. So, you know. I guess it's a good way to make the challenge more, well, more challenging. Redundancy aside. Danger. The dramatic slowdown. Hey, it has a nice little effect if you ask me. It's like the cave Danmaku slowdown that is intentional. I don't know. It has a nice touch, a nice feeling to it, if I gotta say. I'm still doubting that this might be the final boss, because that silhouette really doesn't match the guy sprite. Well, I mean, maybe there is a way that it actually matches it, but it will be pretty weird, because there is a random dot flying next to the main silhouette of the last boss, right? That's the thing that throws me off the most. What is that random dot that is flying? I was thinking maybe it's part of the cigarette smoke or something like that, but no, that's not really the case. So yeah, a little bit weird. Just a little bit. Like, see, look at the guy's sprite. I don't see any random dot flying right next to him. Maybe there is a lot more. Maybe this is just like a pre-final boss. It might be. The problem is, if that's the case, that's way more of a reason to solve this FPS issue. Really wonder. Damn it, where is Yami when you need him? Well, I mean, Yami or any other I wanna be the guy knowledgeable person. Because maybe this happened to them too, or maybe not. Maybe not. And if that's the case, then she's. But it's a pretty generic issue, that's the issue. I'm having frame rate problems. That's like the most common issue in any computer game. Sure, I Wanna Be the Guy games might be special in that regard, but I mean, you know, it's not like in that case you will be like, oh, maybe you need to upgrade your CPU. No, that's definitely not the case. Maybe my CPU really is not powerful enough. You never know. You never know. Nice. Is that one or two more hits? No, that's one more hit. Alright. So here we can dodge left and right and then full left. Nice. And here he starts going left, right, like a crazy old man. Well, that's what he is. So see, for example, here where mostly nothing is happening, the frame rate is not going that bad. Like it's between 47 and 49. It's still wrong, it should be 50, but you know, we do what we can. I still got fucked. The frame rate couldn't save me there. But yeah, I guess I can say that it is a harder way of playing this. I thought it was easier because everything is slower, but what's also slower is, you know, the way you move. So yeah, there are a lot of chance that you are like, oh, I have this calculated, but then with this weird ass physics at not a full frame rate, yeah, that's the issue. Pretty weird. The good thing is that since this is probably gonna make this harder, I might not have to worry about playing another game after this, because this might take me the whole stream at this rate. You never know. So if I have like a theory of why this might be happening, I think it's because yesterday when I reached this boss, I basically reached this boss from like the previous screen, right? I reached the boss from the previous screen, so the way that the game loads the resources used for this boss fight is probably different. But when you load from a checkpoint, it might load them in a way that, I don't know, doesn't make it optimal or something like that. Maybe since most of the tests are, you know, just the whole thing, or like test by levels instead of a specific fight, maybe, I don't know. So the only way of knowing if that's the case will be loading a different part of the game, which I can do. Well, I could start a new game in a separate save file, but nah. Though that really wouldn't solve the issue either. That will only tell me why or not, because if the frame issue is still in a new game file, then you know, that doesn't really tell me anything. Well, it tells me that the boss fight is not the issue, but that's almost the same as telling me nothing. Aw, come on, Spike. Spike. Why'd you do this to me? You know, there is also the thing, something that I thought at first that might have been the issue is that, you know, I usually play this game on full screen, and when you play on full screen you can even see the frame rate, right? But, you know, yesterday I remember playing on a zoomed window, so you could see the title of the window with the FPSs and everything, so yeah. If the FPSs were not right, I would have noticed immediately. Probably. Maybe. But yeah, I mean, the best way to know that this is not the same as yesterday is with the Black Apples attack. That Black Apples attack yesterday went full speed, and now it can barely go full speed. I mean, it just can't. That's fine. Hey, I might be the first person to beat this boss in a variable frame rate that I don't even get to choose. So hey, more power to me, I guess. 48 FPS world record. That'll be dope. This is definitely the attack that really lets you see the issue perfectly. It really lets you see that the issue is there. If it wasn't for that attack, maybe I would have thought that this also happened yesterday and I'm just, you know, being overly exquisite. Yeah, definitely not. Could have done so much more damage there, god damn it. Well, he's one hit away, and he's one hit away on this attack, god damn it. There we go. Alright, wasn't that bad. Should stay on this side of the screen. Yeah, that sounds fine. Alright, perfect. That was perfect spacing and everything. Alright. Raynon might know most of my fun gaming was on 7.0, I see. How is it going, Yummy? Yeah, it's pretty weird. I honestly... I remember this happening on Not Another Needle game, but the solution was turning on compatibility mode. Funnily enough, if I turn on compatibility mode right now, it runs worse. I don't even know how that's possible, that it runs worse on compatibility mode, a game like this. But you know, weird as things. Oh, of course you don't frame drop on this attack, even though there are hundreds of bullets. Well, I mean, it technically does frame drop to 45. Answer to your question 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I know. The fact that... Yeah, the fact that this is frame dropping. I know. It's weird. It's really weird that it suddenly decided to frame drop. Again, this is the first time that this happens in the 9 streams, or I think 8 streams that I've been streaming this game. That's the most stupid part. If this happened on the first stream, I will be like, well, alright, I should have tested it better before starting. But, I mean, how much do I need to test it, right? Like, you will think that 8 streams will be enough to test that there wouldn't be any issue here. But, you know, as I say before, it's pretty clear that the solution to this is resetting the computer. I feel like that's for sure the solution to this issue, just resetting the computer. But like, it's not worth it. Like, fuck you, I'm not gonna reset the computer just because of this game. Though it would be nice if it got fixed, but you know. I mean, if I could reset the computer and still have the stream on, I will do it, but that's not how it works. I don't have two computers. Like, I have the same computer for streaming and for playing, so that sadly is something that is not possible. I wish it was. It would be a really good thing. Can you imagine? I really can't imagine having two computers. I mean, it's already pretty heated only with one computer, right? One computer already heats up my room quite a lot. So having two of them, it's like it's gonna be too much. Then again, I'm in winter right now, so it might not be a bad idea for this season. But whenever we hit summer, that shit ain't gonna be a good idea. I have a theory though regarding this frame rate issue. I don't know how stupid it is. You will tell me, Yami, because again, I don't know much about video games, the way they work. I mean, on the back door. So the thing is, today before streaming, like, I played a game that requires quite a bit of. Actually, no, let me stop myself right there. That wouldn't make any sense, because there have been days where I play Killing Floor 2, like yesterday, where I play Killing Floor 2 for 2 hours and nothing happened afterwards. So yeah, this is not. So, sorry. I corrected myself. I was out to ask if playing a game that is demanding, that is graphically demanding before playing this game will have an impact. Like, I don't know, maybe the way the system reserves resources, and maybe it's not leaving any resources for this game because this game is not, you know, not requesting them properly or some shit like that. But then again, yesterday I played Killing Floor 2, that yes, it might not be the most graphically demanding game, but you know, it's, you know, it's there. So yeah, that's definitely not the case. So basically, I'm gonna blame this game. I mean, I'm clearly not blaming my computer, that's for sure. Oh yeah, fuck this game, I guess. I really hope it doesn't happen to other games though, that would be bad. Because, well, it will be bad if I can actually beat this boss today and I will have to play another game to fill up space. But, you know, I doubt it unless it's hung. Only time I ever seen this is with Crimson Clover. Oh, yeah, but Crimson Clover... Crimson Clover, you're right. I was about to ask, because I remember that happening to one game, and it happened to me before starting the stream. I had to reset my computer and I didn't remember which game it was. Yes, it was Crimson Clover. Thanks for reminding me. It was exactly that one. Yeah, but I don't know if this is the same case as Crimson Clover. It might be, honestly. I mean, and again, I am, well, I will say 50% sure that this issue will be solved by resetting the computer. But as I said before, I'm not doing it because I don't want to end the stream just to reset my computer just because this game decided to be stupid. So, you know, fuck that, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the solution I remember was to restart. It was pretty stupid. You never know. I mean, after all, video games are kind of like trying to make Well, I was trying to think of a metaphor, but basically there is a lot of shit when it comes to making a video game work that are like trying to think outside of the box when it comes to programming on all of that shit. And when you think so much outside of the box, you eventually forget about the bots. So maybe there is something pretty crucial that this game forgot to do when loading the assets, and it ended fucking it up or something like that. I don't know. Again, I know almost nothing about video game development, so I wouldn't be able to know. Oh, I see. So the spikes go down and then they go up when I shoot you. Okay, I think he's 2 hits away from dead. If I'm not mistaken, he's 2 hits away. Hopefully he's only at 1, but I'm... Wow. Okay, let's not talk about that. Okay, he was at 1. Oh shit, no. What do you want now? Uh-oh. Oh, are you serious, dude? You still have more shit? An avoidance. Oh, you... Alright. Alright. An avoidance. At the end. Without checkpoint. Trying to copy Miku, huh? And an avoidance with this fucked up physics too. That's the funniest part. Well, I can say 2 things about that. First of all, fuck. And second of all, that's great because, again, I probably won't have to worry about playing other game after this one today. Because I really thought I would beat this really fast. Oh, how naive. How naive of me to think something like that. Pretty naive. Now, my question is, if you didn't know that there is this frame rate problem going on, as an spectator, not as a player, because I can tell you as a player it's pretty noticeable, but as an spectator, will you be able to know that there is a frame rate problem going on? I mean, especially those who play the game, because I know that someone who didn't play the game, I mean, they wouldn't have any way of knowing if it's going right or not, because they don't know how normal it's supposed to look. But I feel like if someone played this game, well, I'm, leaving aside people who speedrun this because they notice immediately probably that something's wrong. But for people that just casually play this like I'm doing right now, I think it might be a little bit noticeable that something is off. Well, especially on this attack. I mean, this attack obviously gives it up. I mean, gives it away, not gives it up. Yeah. Well, tough luck. Pretty tough luck. Now that I think about it, it's pretty interesting because, I remember that Crimson Clover thing about the frame rate, and that's pretty nice and everything, but the most surprising thing there is, why did Yami play Crimson Clover? That's the question. I mean, That's fine. I mean, I love people. I love the fact that people get interested in Danmaku games, but Yami, with the massive hate boner that it has for Danmaku games, I'm surprised. Because I thought that he made an exception for Toho because, you know, it might be a special case. It took me 30 minutes to realize I still hate this shit. Oh. So basically, you bought Crimson Clover and you were like, you know what? I should remember that I hate this. Is that how it went? Because that's pretty funny if you ask me. Oh, that's right. I actually hate Danmaku games. Oops. That was an oversight. That's pretty funny if you ask me. You forgot that you hated Danmaku games. No, I honestly understand it. Like, sometimes there are things that my brain, or rather my memory, are telling me that I dislike, and I don't know why. Or sorry, I don't remember why. So sometimes I kind of have to play them to get reminded of why my brain is telling me that I hate it. So I think I understand what you mean there. It's kind of the same thing that happened to me and UFO, right? At some point I was like, wait a second, do I really hate playing UFO? Maybe not, maybe it will be nice to play it. And now that I gotten a little bit better at Danmaku games, maybe, you know, I'm gonna enjoy it. And boy, I was wrong. So yeah, I guess it's kind of like that. I mean, I can assure you that in a couple of months I'm gonna forget how shitty UFO is, and I'm gonna play it just to switch games half an hour later. Yeah, I think I understand you more than I thought, actually. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing. When your brain saves a statement on your memory, but you don't know the reason of said statement. It's pretty interesting, because it basically tells you about the fact that, you know, the brain has a limited capacity and tries to save the minimum amount of information possible to avoid mistakes, right? So in this case, that short amount of information that it saves is that UFO is trash. So my brain understands that UFO is trash, but in some months it might not remember why it's trash, but it knows that it's trash. So as I say, probably in some months I will need to remind it why that statement is like that. Oh, shit. Come on. Alright. Now the issue is, most of this fight, I'm having no problem doing it with this frame rate and everything, because I already did all of this yesterday successfully, so I have no issue because of that. The problem is, that new avoidance at the end, I never done that. So I wonder how fucked up it's gonna be to do it. And I feel like it's gonna be pretty fucked up. I really don't want it to be fucked up, but everything points out that that's gonna be the case. I mean, I'm pretty sure that with the normal frame rate it will still be fucked up, so I don't think it's a frame rate thing in this case. Yeah. I fucked that up. I did it nonetheless. That was up. That was pretty bad of me. I didn't start that the way I wanted to, and I ended up fucking it up. Oopsies. Yeah, I can blame the frame rate on that one. That one was all on me. Maybe that's what the Metamorphosis part of the title means. Maybe the Metamorphosis is the fact that this game is turning into a slideshow. It will be a nice metaphor. Really will be a nice metaphor, I think. Though, now that I think about it, I mean, Metamorphosis, I know that it's supposed to be, you know, a transformation, but that's a word that it's exclusively used for butterflies, right? Or are there other things that is actually right to use the word metamorphosis on? Well, I mean, other than metaphorically, obviously. Yes, yeah. You can say something metamorphosis and be like talking about a spiritual transformation or some shit like that. Wow, are you kidding me? 4 times in a row this attack? 4 times in a row. Alright, I don't mind. But damn. Wow, I fucked up the same way. Can you believe that? On that attack? But I also was thinking earlier that Metamorphosis might be a mistranslation. Like talking about the game here, right? Since there is nothing related to a metamorphosis, maybe the people that made this game tried to run whatever Chinese word they wanted to use, and the Google translation result was metamorphosis, and maybe instead of metamorphosis it's supposed to mean something like I wanna, I don't know, be the change or something like that. I wanna change, right? I don't know. I wanna transform, I don't know, something like that, because there's definitely nothing close to metamorphosis in this game, not that I've seen really. Maybe there is a hidden boss, a secret that I didn't see, that is supposed to explain the metamorphosis part. I think a bunch of creatures can, like tadpoles. Yeah. I know that butterflies are literally not the only animal that can do that, but like metamorphosis, it's something that can only be used for animals, right? Like it wouldn't be right to say something about metamorphosis when it comes to a machine, for example. Like it's not. It's a pretty specific process that pretty specific animals have, I think. Like, you wouldn't be able to say something like, I don't know, Windows 10 experiences a metamorphosis from, you know, the sleep state into the active state or some shit like that. Like, it's specifically used for animals. Or again, metaphors. But, you know, you can use anything for metaphors. Literally. That's the reason why they are metaphors. Wow. And also, I can't believe it, but my hands are freezing. And most importantly, my fingers. And no, I don't want to use that as an excuse for the reason that I'm losing. No, no. It's just the fact that it's hurting a little bit. Why is it so cold? I mean, I understand that we are almost in winter, but like, come on, bro, this is a little bit too cold. And use it for anything to describe similar processes, I think. Yeah, I was thinking, it's just that no example comes to my mind. Again, the only thing that comes to my mind are metaphors. But yeah, it's a pretty elegant word, I gotta say. And it's specifically shitty to pronounce, but I think that the fact that it's shitty to pronounce makes it more elegant, right? I mean, after all, isn't the definition of something elegant something that is completely impractical but it looks good? So I think that the word metamorphosis is perfect for that. Completely impractical to pronounce, almost useless to use in a normal situation, but it has a very specific meaning and it looks good, it sounds good. So maybe it is a fancy word, an elegant word. Let's say someone lives a life of crime but then turns around, becomes a CEO or something, can refer that as a metamorphosis. Yeah, but I think in that case it's like a metaphor. Like you're using the metaphor of the metamorphosis because that's basically what butterflies do. Like they turn from something, from a creature that is completely different to a butterfly. So I think in that case it will make sense maybe to call it still a metaphor and not really a formal definition, I think. But then again, might be wrong about that. Though, I think there are a lot of words whose meaning is literally originated in metaphors. So maybe it's not that wrong to call it a second definition. I mean, let me think of an example. Well, no, let me not think of an example, because if I think of an example here, I'm gonna die harder than I'm dying already. So yeah, bad idea. Die hard. I'm Bruce Willis right now, except that I'm not the one surviving. Ooh, that almost hit me. It's pretty hard to see because, you know, the screen is shaking and all that shit. But man, now I'm really worried about that last avoidance. As if I didn't have to deal with enough shit as it is, you actually want me to deal with an avoidance at the end, dude. I feel like that's such an evil thing to do, and I know that there's probably a lot more games that do it, but like having an avoidance at the end of a boss fight without any checkpoint is like, come on, bro. And it might be a short one, I understand that. It might be a pretty short avoidance, but it's such a dick move in my opinion. Because it's like, I mean, a lot of the games that I play that do have an avoidance at the end, of a boss fight, they give you the checkpoint. They are like, alright, from now on, you can die 100 times to this avoidance, but you're gonna start at the beginning of it. But not in this game. This game doesn't give a shit. Which is to be expected from a trap game, I guess, but I don't know. Wow, I keep missing because I suck. Really wish I could jump really high, but there we go. Okay. So here comes the avoidance. After a pretty flashy show. Uh-oh. That's a lot of bullshit. Uh-oh. Oh, you want me to... Now what? Of course you will do that. Wait, where is the hell bar? Are you not gonna give me any hell bar here? For real? Okay. No hell bar it is. Not like it will really change much, I feel, but it will be nice. It will need a nice gesture, I will say. Maybe third time is the... Yeah, third time. I don't like the fact that I'm not in a platform. Okay. Sure. Oh, seems like this is indeed the end. Alright. Well, seems like that was, with all these Apple fireworks, that was I Wanna Be the Metamorphosis. Hey Yannick, how is it going? You came right on time. Damn. Well, that was pretty nice. I really wish the ending wasn't really with in-game frame drops. But hey, it's not my fault, dude, that this shit decided to frame drop like this right at the end in the very last stream for no fucking reason. It's not my fault, sorry. Can't do anything about it. But you know, as I said, it might even make the fight harder, honestly, having this frame drops, because the physics are not exactly the same. But you know, that's fine. Let's forget about the frame drops and let's start talking about the game itself. Oh, I didn't see the name of the first boss. Well, whatever. But you know, this game... Wait, boss Shugemu is not Lucky 2. Huh? Yummy. Objection right there. You told me it was Lucky 2. What do you have to say about that? So it wasn't Lucky 2. It was his evil brother. I already forgot his name. That's how much I give a shit. The monochrome guy and memes. It's Lucky 2. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know, bro. Damn. Dagger and Hyoka. Shoutouts to Dagger and Hyoka. And a message. Okay, they are Japanese. This is Japanese. So all this time that I was calling them Chinese, I'm basically a complete bigot. Oops. Well. It's okay. Don't worry about that. Oh shit. And what do we have here? Nothing? I don't like this. I don't like this for multiple reasons, but... Okay, I don't want to read that. First of all, because there will be nothing that I will understand. But second of all, there is this section. Thank you for playing. Alright. Can I save here without dying? Nice. Good shit. So, I wonder what going here... is this a stage select or something? Or is this a retry of the game? Because if that's the case, it can go eat a dick in my behalf. Or maybe the credits. Oh, it's the credits, alright. Well, she's. That was I Wanna Be the Metamorphosis. Honestly, an amazing game. You know, this is kind of like a game that lets me know that trap games are not something that I dislike. Trap games are actually something that, if they are done well, I don't mind. So yeah, it's definitely something to look forward to for, you know, other traps games that might happen in the future. I don't really know why. Oh, that's a bullet. Yeah. So the portrait right there was the guy and the troll face with a random bullet there for some reason. But alright, it's pretty nice, I gotta say. But in any case, yeah, that was the game. I guess I can look forward to more games made by Dagger, which I know that there are a lot of other games made by Dagger, so that might be a good idea to keep an eye for those. So she's.